Hello, welcome. I want to share with you my learnings from my marathon and what I would do again if I were to go back in time and do it again. You see, there's lots of great ideas out there on injury prevention, strategy, nutrition, and your exercise program leading up to it. But everyone's different, and the challenges I incurred weren't any of those that I watched on YouTube that were helping me to run a perfect race. So you may well have some unique issues to yourself, and I felt like explaining mine and sharing my journey on it would actually help you understand maybe there's some nuances to keep an eye out for and be vigilant of. If I look like shit, it's just because I got out of bed. So I'm gonna get ready and I'm gonna quickly take you through them, and hopefully you can take these away and apply to yourself. So hopefully you have a fun marathon day, run the time you want, and be proud. So I'm back, I'm showered, the room maybe look a bit tidier, and also I've got a haircut. The shower really does special things here where I live. But what I want to get into is exactly the first thing that you should bear in mind when going forwards with a marathon and when trying to get prepared, and that is setting realistic expectations. It's probably a very common thing to hear, but really this is something to be really mindful of. Make sure you understand where you want to get to and then work back from there. So in my head at that current moment in time, I wanted to do a sub 3 hour 30 marathon. Later in the video, you understand why I did not get to that point. But set an expectation. I personally get ahead of myself quite a lot. So set a goal and then just take one step back from it. So for example, if you want to run a 3 hour 30, think, okay, I'm gonna aim for a 3:45 in my training because you have a bit of a buffer zone if everything doesn't go to plan. So set realistic expectations. What is actually quite interesting with this is they had a study of two people, two separate groups going into the marathon. One group of people who accepted that it will be a hard time and it will be painful actually ran a faster race, and there was less injuries shown in it. Whereas a group who thought, no, this won't affect me, this won't hurt me, I can get through this, but actually ran a slower time and had a higher injury rate. If you're anything like me, make sure you are realistic with your expectations of the race strategy, your nutrition, how much time you'll be able to complete this. If you have kids or if you've got studying or if you've got work to do, what realistically can you achieve, and don't stretch yourself too far. That's what I did, and that's why I didn't hit the time I wanted to, and I had a very painful race indeed. So if you're a first time runner, please do take these into account. Now, the other tips, I'll catch you outside. So I am outside now, and this comes to my second point, which is your training plan and stick to it. When I mean training plan, is your diet, your nutrition, your race strategy, all of that. It's very easy to be taken up in the event and the build up to it and get ahead of yourself. And I think you're well versed on the theory of your slow runs and your fast runs. Sometimes you feel really well rested after a good night's sleep, loads of carbohydrates, really refueled, and you go for your slow run, but you're just feeling so good on the day you go a bit quicker. Myself, I had a couple of runs that should be 9-minute 30 mile pace, and I was running at 8:30. You see, those are the days where you should not be taking the step out of the plan and actually adhere to it. That's actually what brought on my injury, because I didn't stick to my slow runs and I was feeling good on the day. The plan, yes, it may seem boring if you have a program to follow to, but honestly, you need to make sure you stick to it. It's really, really important. And that leads me into my third point. So my third point is fuel. This is super important. Well, I want to talk about the specifics of the in-marathon fueling. I needed about 70 to 80 grams of carbohydrates an hour to fuel myself throughout the marathon. If you don't fuel yourself correctly, that's where you can hit the block, the wall almost, where you completely run out of energy and your legs feel like two tree trunks. So I actually brought with me two SIS carb gels. Both had about 40 grams in each. And that's all I prepared for myself for a marathon. And looking back on it now, this was the most stupid thing I've ever actually done. Luckily, on the marathon, they had aid stations where they were giving out these gels, and I actually went through 8 to 10 gel on the day. So I hope that puts into perspective to you actually how much you need to focus on the amount of energy you're putting into your body, and make sure you come prepared. In the lead up to the marathon, fuel is your friend. This makes you able to go through your training sessions and to recover properly. So it's imperative that you have enough protein in your diet. If you're a vegetarian, if you're a vegan, If you're a meat eater, make sure you get your protein in and get your carbs in, because they're the most important sources. Don't eat a heavy meal before a run, because it's only going to come out one way, or it could come out two ways. And don't trust the fart either. My last point is relax, enjoy, and trust the process. It's such a fun thing to do. I'm definitely going to go and do my second marathon soon, but I certainly put too much pressure on this first time round. Oh, am I eating enough? Am I sticking to the right training plan? Is this okay? Oh, my leg feels weird. And even in the race, I was just super tense and worried something might happen. But at the end of the day, most things in life, 90% of the time, always works out, and there's always a good outcome. So just relax, enjoy every single day, enjoy the grind, and on the day, just take it in. It's absolutely such an amazing experience. And you get people all the time cheering you on, especially, you know, I got someone shout, "Go on, Foy," cheering my second name. Never in my life have I ever heard that in any sort of event, and it kind of made me feel like an athlete a little bit. That's something that I really enjoyed. So maybe you find something for yourself, and if you do, let me know what it is. I would really love to find out, because everyone has something different that spurs them on the moment. So get at it, stick to the grind, and enjoy every single day. See you later.